you have an Iron Star?
Nope. I did win the BMAB once, but they didn't prove Iron Stars yet.
That was before.
Round 2, fight. All right.
Ayuga! Irina out of the gate with the 6-4, and this match is on.
Let's see how she plays it. She's going with the split. That's how I usually like to play it at 0-0.
I want to see if it's effective.
And splitting with the deuce. I usually like to come down with the deuce on this hit, but I think they're pretty close. And the gambit has worked as Irina gets to hit back. Double 4s. It's going to be pretty nice.
It's like a slugfest to open it up.
We've got to decide on the last one. I think I'm unstacking from the midpoint.
What other option would there be? Coming to the 18 right here?
I think that's the only other play that you would consider, but good shake. Irina gets the bar point anchor. So all those builders for Gerry, and he rolls a 5-1. And this actually cleans up okay. He gets to make that funny 16 point. And then he's got to decide whether to hit or lift. And I think lifting is probably right. Thinking on this has changed a bit. Used to be if we got, I'm going to call the 16 point an anchor. If we got an anchor, we could then, hit noose with impunity, but now we get anchors and we play safe. So.
It just occurs to me, Gerry did win the Charlotte
That's what
tournament.
He won.
That's what he won. I remember this now.
I knew it was recent.
Yeah, he beat me in round 1. He had an incredible comeback in a match and game that I was ahead in and had a dominating position, and he just flipped it, won a gammon on a 2-cube, and then went on to win the entire tournament. I recognized the hat.
All right, 6-4 for Gerry. And he's deciding whether to stay back with that back checker or to disengage. And so I imagine he's doing a little counting here. $46 for Irina. And it's pretty, the race is pretty close after the roll. I can't say that Gerry is actually up, so he decides to hang back for that reason, I think. I mean, he gets to build a point. Now he might go with a 6, even if he's down a little, just to avoid getting attacked. If the blot were back on the ace, then he'd feel a little more comfortable with the coin toss. But now he's letting Junior fend for himself.
Don't forget about little Billy.
Interesting spot here. Irina can make the 9 point. It does leave a couple of blocks, but Gerry's got a block on his board, and that 9 point is quite good for blocking. Also, the alternatives aren't great for how to play this otherwise.
Yeah, I was going to ask what the alternative would be, maybe other than burying a checker on the 2 point.
That's probably what you'd have to do, and I don't think that's very attractive either.
I mean, potentially bringing down 2 from the 13 and playing with only 1 blot. but that doesn't seem like it accomplishes much.
Right. And she makes the play.
Finds it. Looking for the one, no one.
.10 might have to go. I can't imagine that Gerry's going to step up. So the 10 probably has to go. Gives him the ability to play some awkward numbers later.
What about triple slotting the home board is a little too loose? Should they get into a back and forth battle?
And that is always the problem with making plays like that. You think it's safe, and it turns out it's not, because your opponent will drag you into a war that you don't want to fight. And now Irina might be, well, she's got to decide whether to hit here. And she decides, I've got you kind of where I want you.
Also has kind of escaped to the advanced anchor. Probably wants to keep it safe, yeah?
And now Gerry, kind of as a distraction play, will come out. So even if he is hit, at least it's not inside. But he's not hit. Would have been pointed on if he'd stayed. But he can't escape after that. Double twos, wow.
The claws of Irina keeping him trapped. You go nowhere.
Now Irina does hit. And how big to make this play?
I imagine the 2 blots in Gary's home board will factor into the decision, yeah?
Yeah, I'm wondering, because I think I make this play. Leave the bar point checker there as a builder, because it's, I don't want to say it won't get hit, but there's a consequence to it. Now Irina's thinking, there's 4 builders to make the 5. But is it clear that loses the market? Probably does on a fan, but if Gerry enters, probably still taking. And then what if she doesn't make the point on his head? She'll really regret setting the cue. So definitely a spot where you think about it, but Irina decides against it. Now Gary's board a little too strong to try any loose hit shenanigans, so just going to cover up. Gerry finally able to get out. I imagine he gets a discount on the hits. 6-1 doesn't hit, so there's only 4 hitting sevens. And we'll continue to build the board. And Gerry's on the favorable side of a bar point holding game, but I imagine the race lead is either not there or not sufficient.
No, it's probably strongly in Irina's favor. Not the big double she's looking for.
And Irina now has to compromise board. She's going to save a 6. Gerry taking a look. He's just going to count and discover he's not winning the race. So he's going to just roll on. And now this is an interesting question, because you can disengage, but should you?
Yeah, you're this
Alright.
far back in the race. I wonder, do you even want to try racing or just keep hanging back, hoping to get the shot?
And this is an interesting idea too. Maintaining the board does leave a shot, but it's going to be hard for Irina to hit that cleanly. I think it's a pretty good. If he's truly behind a lot, then he wouldn't want to. That wouldn't be the right idea. And this time, you're going to bring it in. Now that
What about making the ace point and leaving it back for contact?
That's
risky.
an interesting play. Might have had to think about that.
Yeah, that would be
It is
my
more
first,
risky than it usually is, or than it was before, because Irina cleaned up the blocks. But
I imagine that would invite a cube as well, possibly.
Yeah. And Irina's gonna have to bust further if she doesn't want to leave a shot.
Oh, she might have made an illegal move there by accident.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Just
Fixed it.
dumped it too deep, it looks like.
Here we go. It's shot time.
Now, even if Irina hits it, though,
Yeah. Not guaranteed. Oh, now it's
doesn't-
other shot time.
and cube's
Double.
coming.
Wow. What about that double? Is that a little premature? If he misses, he's maybe getting recubed immediately, or is there too much wastage for Irina that she wouldn't recube immediately?
I don't necessarily think that Irina has a recube immediately, because I think the race is in some doubt. Like, if Gerry rolls 5-2, I don't think Irina can recube that.
No, not immediately. Yeah, sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah. But certainly, got 17 immediate crushing numbers, and then, you got your double fives and double fours that you're not going to throw back either. And then, you're even money in the race, maybe a slight, I don't know.
Oh, Irina drops it.
But Irina lets it go. So Irina must have judged. So here's the thing: if you write off like the 17 hitters and say I'm going to lose all those, then you're asking, do I win in the remaining 19 games enough? Like, do I win half of those basically? And Irina judged that she didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone has XG going, please let us know. That was an interesting decision. And as you mentioned, there were also big doubles. They're just big numbers, and then you're ahead, and you're already bearing off, while Irina could roll small numbers with all her wastage as well. But regardless, Gerry jumps out to a 1-0 lead. And is firmly in control of this one to start.
Let's see. So, well, the good news is that Irina enters. The bad news is with a 5-1, and she had a choice of coming under the gun of 4 builders on the 5-point, or being stuck back on the ace point. And this, Gerry might have a cube here. The threat to make the 5-point is real, and you got additional numbers like 4-3 and 5-4 that and 5-2 that hit outside. 6-3 also hits outside, but I don't know that you would. You might just make the 5-point with 6-3.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't cube there, quite honestly. There's the 6-3.
There's the 6-3. And he makes the 5. And now Irina's got to come up with a number to stay in the game.
Oh, and does.
think that
Maybe.
did it.
Oh,
He's going to cube anyway, which is a little... I feel like the position before might have been a little stronger. I don't know. I think Irina probably needs to take. I think she's got enough potential priming action on her own, but I've been taking so many, like, I've become a taker in my old age. I just I'm from Missouri, you're gonna have to show me, you know? Irina says, your 5 prime is good enough, sir.
what does Missouri have to do with it? I gotta know that one.
Oh, the show me state.
Oh, the show me state. Yes, of course. Forgive me. That's the joke in Missouri that us New Yorkers don't pick up on immediately. All right, 2-0.
Wow, another great start for Gerry. Opening double threes.
Classic double 3 blitz. Might even see another early cube coming up soon. And at what point as Irina do you say, look, I've already dropped 2 cubes. I kind of have to start taking, or, you know, I'm never going to win. Does that ever factor in?
She'll eventually say that. She's not at that point yet, but when it comes time to do that, I'm sure Irina will do it. You're not going to push her around.
Certainly not. 6'5", I guess it's 3-point or bounce, huh?
Yeah, and I think I agree with Irina's play here. Get some structure. 6'5", we're not actually up in the race, so maybe not running is what we want to do.
A lot of choices with the double 3s, as usual with double 3s.
And I agree with Gerry not splitting here. Bar point's very strong, but he does get hit. This 6'3", good shot, Irina.
Huge number. That could be what she needs to turn it around.
And he doesn't like lifting with that ace, but he's having trouble finding alternatives. Doesn't want a big split with all those stacks that Irina has on the 6 and 8 points. And it's a 4-1. You can't play it safely. This is all right. That accomplishes a couple of things. So gets the back guy to daylight. Like Gerry could hit here. He's got the better board and doesn't want to let Irina go. And now he's going to make the big split.
Double 4s would be super joker. Nope.
2-5. It's a hit, and I'm guessing she'll just. Now she's going to hit 2. A big play. If it works out, it might be really good. Now this is an interesting spot too.
A lot of volatility. Is hesitating.
There's some blots, and you got a 2-0 deficit. I mean, it's a very easy take, in my opinion, for Gerry. But if you're feeling frisky, just start going through some numbers. Could work out. Might be too frisky.
That's not the perfect number.
Now, there's a couple of ways you can approach this. You can put 3 checkers on the roof like this, or 2, or just 2. You could play quietly, but I feel like some sort of hitting is required. You could hit and lift, but this seems sensible.
Oh, a big fan.
Okay, now I think we're in pass land. The question is, are we too good? And Irina decides that were not too good. So
And Gerry, as you said, is in pass land. All right, Irina snatches a point back, keeps it fairly even.
yeah, that was. But in that game where we get paid for dancing on 2-point boards, Gerry would have ate out like a bandit there.
Perhaps he thought he was currently in that game. All right. Long way to go. 7 away, 8 away. Irina trying to tie it up or better right now.
And Gerry fails to make the 5-point, but gets the 4-point as compensation. Let's see what. And Irina will hit that block and just continue with the checker on the 15 to the 14. Double one.
Oh, that's big.
Unfortunately, Gerry only has the one spare on the 6, so he can't actually make the 5-point. Decides to leave it slotted and gets hit there, and Irina will safe up the remaining checkers. So. And Gerry will take an anchor. Have some back checkers to be annoying. Maybe make a second anchor. Double twos for Irina. Wow. Again, if you have stacks, little doubles are a great way to get rid of those stacks.
Nice.
Now, how does Gerry work?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Your guess is as good as mine, because you could just make the 2-3, or you could do what Gerry did and make the 1-3 and get a spare to the 6. I'm not sure. Gerry will work on his board, and Irina's seen enough. She's doubling.
Wow.
Well, if she makes the 5-point, she might lose the market. Makes the bar point, she could lose the market. We'll see.
And now looking for a big game. Got gammon in her eyes, I imagine.
That's what she's envisioning, a world where Gerry can't keep everything and has to either crack the back or crack in front. And she might be right.
It was just the movie announcer voice in my head. In a world where gammons are plentiful.
And Gerry looks like he's a little short on timing here. One big set for Irina would change that potentially. Irina gets so many builders for the 5-point. Gerry would absolutely hit if he could here.
Ooh, what about make the 5-point? Meaning her 5-point.
Oh, that's interesting. I think his chances might be better in terms of the contact staying back, and perhaps sacrificing the 22-point later if it comes to that. But it's always a temptation, because the 5-point is usually so good. But at this stage, it might not be quite right. And Irina can make the 5-point, and I think should. That's a good rule for Gerry, not moving too much too fast.
Yeah, he'd probably like to be moving as slowly as possible at this point.
Probably like another small number. Look at that.
Doing it like a professional. Double four is exactly what you wanted.
Is clearing. Oh, it's double 4s.
Yeah.
and Gerry will now run off the front. Doesn't want to bust his board.
Oh, that's a nice roll for Irina.
Wow. And then deciding what to do with this last one. Here.
Chance and the famous. The famous.
It's only 6-1 and
6-1.
double six.
Oh,
got
that's
hit.
it. Yes.
So probably the right idea, because you still have you're very happy if you get away with it.
At what point does the very happy conflict with the very sad? If you don't, to the point that you don't risk the very sad.
That's always the question. A lot of times you'll just say, why leave any shots at all? Because it pretty much is fatal to get hit in this spot. But then you gotta ask, well, if I don't take the chance now, what could happen to me later? And there was some risk of having difficulty clearing the bar point later. So, not an easy decision for me.
Yeah, I think it might have even been you that said to me once that, you could do a pay now, but what about a pay never?
Pay never is often the right idea. In the meantime, Irina is looking to extract a large payment from Gerry here, and that is Jin with a gammon.
Irina started off slow, but quickly getting up to pace. She will get to 4 away and is comfortably in control. You said it yourself. She is not one to be pushed around, and shows just that. Comes back swinging with some stiff uppercuts to the jaw, making Gerry realize he's got to work now.
Yep. Yeah, Gerry ran out of time for holding that. Even though Irina did roll the double fours to help out, and Gerry himself rolled some small numbers, and ran out of time and got squeezed off. So
I must admit, I have to be rooting a little bit for Irina just to get revenge for me for Gerry beating me.
We hold grudges a long time in this game, don't we?
Sure. It was a grudge I didn't realize I had until now.
Early exchange of hits, and Irina has to decide what to do with this 6 after she comes in with the ace. Coming out to the 18 is the only play that doesn't leave any extra blots. And it does distract Gerry, because this 6-5 would have made the 5 point pretty clearly. But he's going to shoot, he's at least setting up the choice to hit instead. So sometimes if you can make those hits, they don't cost as much if they had good alternatives. So.
Battle going on for Gerry's 5 point there.
Gerry is deciding that I'm not letting that back checker go. And Irina is saying, well, I'm not going to let you build a prime in front of me, so we're just going to keep hitting each other.
Yeah.
Until somebody can't hit anymore. Oh, that's huge for Irina. Gets hit twice. Says, try hitting me now.
The very early inklings of back game happening.
think Walter Trice would have called this a proto-back game.
Proto-back game. I like that term.
And decides on the hit.
Hitting. Didn't go for the ultra super back game of making the 18 point as well.
That was an option. Just commit to having all those points and challenge Irina to make something.
Yeah, that was the first thing my brain saw. I might have gone for that just for the fun of it.
I think I do actually like that idea better. Now Irina has ruled this 6-4, has a few things she can do with it. She has a couple ways she can hit 2 checker. Oh no, I'm reading wrong, it's Gerry's. Gerry has interesting choices with the 6-4. Grabs the bar point, then looks for a 4 and decides on this one. Irina once again hits 2. Double 5s back. Wow. And could just make the 3-point on his head. Or could swing around and hit on the 10.
Could see the 6 checker blitz coming into action.
You know, I might just hit on the 10 myself, but I don't know.
Irina with a lot of blots to clean up.
And this doesn't do that much of that. And the one blot that you can clean up does so in a rather ugly fashion by playing 9-6, putting a 6th checker on the 6-point. She's saying, really? I want to do that?
Yeah, that is unattractive. But so are 5 or more blots. Now, obviously, we're way too early for a cube from Irina, or not even remotely close, but is she somewhere in the back of her mind looking for a gammonish position? So is that a thing, or is she just way too ahead in the match to really even consider something like that?
I think she definitely, I'll put it this way, if it starts to become gammonish, she may still be able to give a cube in a truly gammonish position. I would say she'd probably be able to give a cube in a spot where Gerry would have a borderline take pass for money. I think there's a little variability there, but like Gerry can take a little bit more deeply than he would in those, but not too much more. Like he still would bail on a on a really gammonish position, because that 4-away score is powerful. The thing that Irina has to watch out for is things that are borderline money cubes because of the gammons. Probably don't give those, because if they turn around a little bit, Gerry can re-whip to 4 and kill those gammons, while his would be quite active. So it changes a little bit, but yeah, she'd still love to win a double gammon if she ever gets there. It would help if she made a point in her board.
Yeah, that would be a good start. Now, what about that 6 that Gerry just had? He could have jumped out and made the 15-point, but instead chose to come down.
Yeah, these are tough. I don't know. I'm not sure on these. These are tough positions for me to play.
Well, if you're going to have 6 on the 6 point, you might as well have 8 on the 6
That is an
point.
8th check.
Yeah.
I am going to say, I don't feel like this can be right. I feel like just running the back checker is probably better, even though that's leaving some blots. I feel like 8 on the 6 point is like when your friend, your friend's going to have an intervention. It's like,
Why are you all gathered here? Well, we were watching your online match, and
that said, Irina just did build a second point into her board, so that's
got one of the ideal roles. Oh, going for the double hit, perhaps. Certainly has plenty of checkers on the 6.
this is the other option. She decides for the safe option. I think hitting with if the 4 was more attractive, I might hit with it. Like, what am I? But sometimes you just don't want to leave shots. You've kind of chosen this.
Seems to be the game plan is just getting out, getting safe, which she does right now. That's a very good
For
roll.
now, we'll worry about the future next roll. Ooh, this is interesting. He's going to come off the ace point.
Ooh, that's nice. That's a good roll for her. Double 2s.
And she's like, okay, that's too many checkers on the 6. We're going to unstack. Otherwise, she would have loved to have moved those 12-point checkers up. But I think she's probably chosen the right priority.
Jumping out. What about just bringing 1 around and making your 5-point?
I think I like it.
Yeah, I don't know that he's looked at it yet.
It's good. Yeah.
Ooh,
That
that
feels
legal?
like too many.
Yeah, that doesn't look legal.
That's legal. Okay. Yeah, I like your play. There's some risk of being pounded by double 4s or double 1s, but I think the risk is tolerable for what you're getting in return. This 6-5 is, we're already in a relatively ugly position, so we just make the ugly safe play. Yeah, I think Gerry wishes he had his 5-point right now, because shots could be coming, like here.
Like right now.
Right here, right now. And it's an interesting decision which one to leave. It's more shots if you leave from the midpoint, but you do get to duplicate some 6s. And if you get away with it, it's an easier point to clear later.
Oh, that's it.
Turns out Irina was hitting you either way.
Going to be some returns. This is a big roll for Irina coming up.
4 builders for the 5 points.
Dishes it out. No dice.
Fan and Gerry's gonna double.
Insta-cube.
Down in the match. It's like if I make this 5 points, some of your entry numbers are quite awkward.
You could tell Gerry was already thinking before Irina rolled the dice. If she fans, I am doubling. It was insta reaction.
And now, as for me, well, Irina's gonna let it go. Decides it's too much trouble. Could be right. Like, she'll very much not like the position if Gerry makes the 5 point. But if he doesn't make the 5 point, I think she's got great chances still, even though it looks a little ugly. So, tough spot to be in.
Well, certainly protecting her lead. 4 away, 6 away. Moving on. There has been some question about the delay. I don't know. Obviously, there's a minute delay to prevent cheating, but I don't know if there's a delay between what the viewers are seeing if they see the dice and then we don't comment on that until a few seconds after. So if that's happening, we apologize if it's making it a little weird. We're commenting as soon as we see what we're seeing. We're not just slow.
I mean, I'm a little slow, but it's not.
What? What do you mean by slow?
Well, Gary's gotten off to a good start with 3-1, followed by double sixes. But Irina has the security of the 22-point anchor, so Gerry couldn't double. And
hit and jump out's pretty big. Gerry doesn't get to hit back. Wow, and has to break. Or he does hit back, but breaks.
he's going to have this fight now while everybody's got some blocks in their board. 3-4 is a tremendous shot for Irina. Hit and cover. Thank you very much.
Oof.
And double fives. And now Irina has something to think about. And now the hitting fives were duplicated, but I don't know whether it was a cube or not, but I would have thought there, because, you know, double gammons are good.
Could she be thinking too good?
She could, I don't think she could be thinking too good in this position.
No.
Maybe the previous position. I don't know. I think she was more thinking not good enough. And she could be right. Gary's coming to life now. Let's see. Oh, double threes. This will play interesting. Got a lot of choices here. You can shift, but the trouble is the last three, and then you can do something like that. You could play them all down from the midpoint too, and not hit.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Oh, another fan.
Okay, now this, after this fan, I don't think Gerry can take. It may be too good. I think I might have taken a shake, given that there's another block to shoot at.
63.
Certainly Gerry can't stick around for that one.
All right, 3 away, 6 away. I'm guessing at this score, Irina's not going to be passing a cube anytime soon. 3 away, a lot away is usually a red flag for the leader, yeah?
Yeah, you're definitely not giving early gammonish cubes most of the time. In particular, if you both got checkers back, that's probably not going to be something that you give a cube on. The trouble is if the position turns around even a little bit, Gerry's highly incentivized to give a recube and kill whatever gammons you thought you had. It just doesn't require much. Irina will still double things like races and holding games. Holding games, they'll probably want to be good holding games, like the ones where you're 75-25 favorite, and not the ones where you're like a 70-30 favorite. But races pretty normal in terms of when you're giving that initial double. It's the recubes you're going to want to watch out for. But You really don't want gammons in the picture. Gammon losses in the picture for the leader. This is a great start for Gerry. Irina rolls a 6-5 here. There's an argument to be made for Gerry offering an initial double. Irina might have rolled too well for that to be a possibility. Obviously, it's not anywhere close to an initial double for money. But, and he does double.
You called it. I'm glad you gave that insight, by the way, on the 3-away, a lot away, because I ask that question a lot, especially when I do commentary. So I thank you for the free Gerry Tansey lesson.
Oh, sure.
That's one of the things that I always struggle with. I know I got to be careful, and then I end up missing huge cubes that I should have passed just because I was too afraid to pass them. So
the first approximation as the leader is don't double.
Right.
That's the first thing everybody needs to, as a first thing, just don't double. And then you'll learn when you can break that rule.
After you've made several 500 cube errors in a row.
That's what you want to avoid.
Yeah.
Gerry's got a choice here. He can play with no blots and make the 2-point. But he can also take the 5-point and then have the 4 to deal with. As a backgammon player, we love the 5-point. And with Irina having a blot on their board and gammon's paying double and all, yeah.
Oh, it's a big return.
That's huge. Hitting and making the anchor. Irina kind of gets to breathe a sigh of, even though she's hit here, the security of the anchor is, like I'm probably not getting gammoned.
Yeah, that was a big return with the 2-6 from Gerry being able to hit and get the prime going.
Irina has a choice of what to do with this. Looks like she's opting, well, all right, she's decided on a hit, and now she's deciding which point to make. And I think I like this play. Irina can upgrade the anchor and make the 2-point, or she can try to slash away with the ace. So she's decided on the 4. I think this is the prudent course of action.
Is that, would that be a gammon save action, or that's kind of the prudent action regardless?
That might generally be right. I don't know that there's the material to follow up on the blitz. And it does kind of make it harder to put for Gerry to put those builders in action on the point that he really wants. Like the 4-point, having the 4-point cuts down on so many gammons, just generally that it might just be good backgammon playing to do that, regardless of the score.
Well, she's certainly throwing some good numbers now. A couple double 3s, double 4s.
Gerry's still got his prime. Got a 6 to play. Might just have to come out with this. I know it's into a double shot, but there can be consequences for Irina hitting that. Trouble with this is Irina will hit inside loose.
That gives you that extra liability.
Yeah, Irina definitely will hit inside loose with this 6-4. And now Gerry's got to check her on the ace point. He does hit, but Irina's got targets back. 5-3 is a poor shake.
Yeah, not what you wanted. I'm guessing you don't want to create more blots.
Yeah, probably come down. The other option is to jump off the anchor, but that might be too much. Going 6-1.
That's a big number.
Other option. Gerry rolls a great shot, and 4-2, not great at all. What do you do with this?
Shots. I was surprised by the 6-1 play a little bit, actually. I think you come down, it gives you extra builders, extra attackers, and possibly returns if you got hit, but what do I know?
Yeah, it didn't feel like that's where that checker needed to go. And losing the spare on the 6 point is also big, as we're seeing now.
This could turn into a big game for Gerry. He could pick up some blots, maybe even get a gammon now.
Yeah, this is tough. I think the plays are either come in on the 23 and play 5-1, or no, you could just play 10-9, or sorry, 10-6, or you're coming in here and playing 6-4, and Irina decides to not leave lots of targets in Gerry's home board.
Yeah, that is not Gerry's best number. That's probably exactly what Irina was hoping for. Just please don't hit me. Please be nice. Can't hit and cover. Can't hit anything.
Yeah, it's surprising that such a number exists.
This is not the number you're looking for.
Gerry really hates this play, but I think it's the one he's ultimately going to make, just out of a lack of alternatives.
What, the 12 point and 6-5?
Yeah, it's the 6-5 that's really killing him.
Yeah.
And really, I have to do that. See, he wants to play bigger.
Yeah, that seems okay. With the 2 blots, this seems a legit
It could be right. It's going to be hard for Irina to take advantage, except the 2-1 is actually a really good shake for her.
Yep.
Gerry doesn't come in.
Oh, it does. That was a big sequence there. Big sequence for Irina trying to capitalize. Oh, absolutely excellent. Gerry needs something big now.
What a shift. And this sequence is the downside of Gerry's play, although he does come in. And
yeah, I bet he wish he made the other play now.
And he's thinking, I'm wondering if he was thinking about hitting inside.
Yep, on the 3.
Probably not, but
seems a little risky. Gotta respect the board.
And this number doesn't do a whole lot.
You come down and come in, maybe, looking like the play.
Like, what can I do? Certainly I can do something more than this. And she's deciding where to leave that blot on the outside. And she's going to leave it further away. 9 away from that checker. Good shake for Gerry, pointing gun head, and now 2-6.
The 2-6, Ray Fogerland, where are you, sir? What a crazy game. This is an exciting game. Back and forths, could go either direction. Match is even on the line.
Now this is an interesting decision for Irina. She can just pick up that checker, or she can do some sort of anchor denial. I think picking up the checker's probably right. Still has a lot of work to do to swing the back checkers around.
Oh, that's both out. We might even be looking at gammon now for the match. Wow, that was kind of a crazy middle game there. We had a lot of hits back and forth. It could have gone either way. A few big rolls, one miss here, one hit there. Could have swung this wildly.
And you get to see how good players deal with bad rolls, right? Like because they both rolled, Irina rolled some good numbers at the end here, but they both rolled some, numbers that didn't do anything in the middle.
I think that's kind of what separates the cream, brings up the cream of the crop, is how you play. Obviously, playing your good numbers is easy. It's how you deal with your bad numbers and how you minimize disaster.
And Irina decides to play with just one block here, which seems sensible in the face of Gerry's increasingly menacing front position. And 4-1 plays quite nicely. Let's see. And that is a 5-2, still plays nicely, okay. And Gerry might come at, he really wanted something that jumped the prime.
Yeah.
Otherwise he has to crack now a little bit. But if he rolled something like 4-1, he might have just parked himself right outside there. And
yeah, and it would have worked. Big roll needs the 9. 4 of them. Not it. As you were saying?
That's what it's a little less effective now, but still 2-1, 3-1, double ones leave a shot.
Ooh, 4-1, even an indirect. The Miracle Super Joker. Oof, almost.
And Irina's too good here.
I think I heard her say it out loud. I'm too good. I think she just said it. Can't stop me, I'm too good.
Yeah, it's not a statement of snobbery to say you're too good in backgammon.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's usually how I say it. But that comes from like you
think you're too good for this cube.
Yeah. And I'm too good. I'm not giving you that cube.
And deciding what to do with the rest of this double one. She's played 2 of them from 6 to 5, and I think this is generally the right idea. When your opponent has the 22-point anchor, the 6-point is the problem point to clear. And so you're generally clearing that as soon as possible, and then now you can play your other, because your 3s play so badly otherwise. And now you can just rip. Like, Irina's not going to have a problem for days with leaving a lot, so.
That's phenomenal knowledge. Thank you. I think you just improved my PR by a solid point with that against the 3-point anchor.
Yeah, it took me way too long to learn that.
Yeah, it took me until now to learn that. Thank you.
All right, this is looking less gammonish.
Yeah, very ungammonish. So
and is it so non-gammonish that Irina should cash? She might just cash now.
Yeah. How many checkers she have off?
She's gonna
5 off already. Yeah. Huh? Well, now.
She knows that's coming.
Now she might even win the gammon now after that. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh. Wow, might get it anyway. Holding our breaths. Big roll here. Could be the match. 3 numbers do it. Not it.
And that will do. Gerry's going to roll to get trying to get his decision, and he gets a decision. And now
Oof, moving on. I forgot to breathe there for a second.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, I changed the scoreboard. We are at Crawford, 6 away. So gammons do matter at this point for Gerry. He would love to win a gammon. And you are watching round 2 of the BMAB 2026 Michigan Summer Championship. Here we go. Irina 3-1. 76 people watching now live. Thank you. Thousands more to follow. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Put on some comfortable shoes. Get a fun beverage. And keep watching backgammon with us all weekend while you blow up fireworks if you're an American. Blow up some money. It's the American thing to do.
Fireworks in the early going. Irina was trying to slash away on the 4-point and make the rack quick, but Gerry found a hitting response. So.
Yeah, Gary's, you gotta, like we were saying, you gotta make sure they are done and done. I know from experience, Gerry can come back in
Absolutely.
proper fashion.
So 6 is a fine shot back, and this 1-6, a little awkward, just gonna fight for points. Another awkward 1-6. Prime versus Prime Brewing, maybe?
Thank you, Thomas Henderson. Thomas Henderson is enjoying the commentary. Thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying.
Absolutely.
And Matthew agrees we are both great together. Gerry, will you be my co-commentator?
With this ring, IV
co-commentate. With this doubling cube.
Yeah. Well, that's 2-1 is interesting. So, Irina probably just going to hit loose here, mainly to keep Gerry from improving his own prime position.
Ooh, which he's going to do anyway.
Wow, double threes is a heck of an answer. And the question is, now how does he make, because the point, you would love to just make the 4-point heavy, but it does let Irina out. The trouble with keeping the bar point is it makes things a little awkward. Like if you make the 3-point, your last 3 is a bit awkward and out of place. So this is not an easy decision for me. I think this is ultimately the play I would make, but I'm not entirely sure. Certainly after that shake, he's glad I made that.
4 in the ace point equals bad feelings in your tummy. Unless you're the opponent, in which case it's the opposite sensation.
Exactly. And yeah, before the dice even land, you kind of, Irina's kind of moving her hand towards the back checkers, because you instinctively just don't want them there.
Yeah, it's like when a big spider is on your face. Your instinct is to get it off your face.
Nice shot.
And we were talking about gammons. This could be exactly what Gerry wants, or needs, rather. Wow.
Gerry's got a beautiful position. And Irina's running out of rules to play. This at least is easy to play.
Yep. Plays easy, as my friend says. Well, if oh, never mind. Forget what I was about to say. That didn't happen. Oh, what's better than 4 on the ace point? A shotgun blast to the face. 5 on the ace point.
Just playing maximally flexibly here, try to make the deuce point, and there's just going to put that checker on the deuce point, fully expecting it to not survive there.
Yeah.
Now Irina would like to fan for a little while.
For a long while, yeah. There's not much you can do as a backgammon player in this position except just sigh and realize things ain't going your way.
And Gerry made that play to try to kill 6s in a minute. Quite work that way, but nevertheless, Irina's probably going to do some damage to her board here.
Oh, Mark Flannery is in the chat. Says hello from West Virginia.
Hey, Mark. He's doing 4th of July, so he lives in St. Louis, but he's doing 4th of July stuff. So
Yeah, Mark Flannery, a good friend of you and me both. Happy to see he's here. Oh, that's a big 6 to get out and not crunch the position at least a little more.
yeah, Irina's only killed the 2 checkers, so stranger things have happened. Meanwhile, Gerry is a little awkwardly distributed. There's a shot.
Oh, here it comes. Chance of hope. Big number coming up.
Irina can save a lot of gammons if she hits.
And does. Wow. Very nice. Hanging in.
And the question is whether to lift that checker or to continue. One play certainly wins more, but another play wins more gammon, or saves more gammons. And it's unlikely that Irina would be able to use that productively.
Yeah, the problem being that even if she gets a hit, you just can't contain them. Just has to keep hitting and getting around and hitting and getting around.
Now Irina has another choice. This time I think she will just release that checker. Hope to not get hit here. She doesn't. Bought her a little extra time to make progress towards saving a gammon, but Gerry's back in place. Still awkwardly distributed.
Yep.
Not much you can do at this point.
Also, apparently, it's Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada
July
Day.
1st.
I think they're trying to compete with our Independence Day a little bit, but that's okay. It can be Happy North America Day. This could go either way, gammon or not. Could get a shot coming up.
For Irina, it's 9 pips and makes a 5-point board. Down 2s. And probably, this is interesting.
Yeah, would you, sorry, would you consider ripping 3 just to go for a crazy gammon? Or not worth it?
It's an interesting choice. I think I probably would just make this play because there are variations where I benefit from her fanning one more time on the 3-4 board that might cancel out the extra checkers that I get off. But
And you might even get a gammon this way.
yeah.
Oh, choice. Come up, leave the 5-point open or not.
I think so. The 5 is definitely in, and I think since that checker is on the it's 5-2.
Yeah. So is it this or the other one? I guess it's this.
Oh wait, well, it's gotta be because the
Gammon.
yeah.
Wow. All right. Gets that gammon. One less game to win. 4 away. And now it is super gammon go time. A gammon for Gerry will win the match.
Yeah, and Irina has a free drop, so Gerry once again, just like the last match with John O'Hagan, Gerry will double the first opportunity, and Irina. Now, Gary's won the opening roll. Irina, unless she rolls something really good like this,
Like that. That'll, that's
she would
big.
normally have to pass, but
Yeah.
this makes her a favorite, so.
And not a very gammonish position, at least for now, for her, which she's loving. Wow, we are international. Sorry, Ramesh Kumar says hi from Thailand. What's here, Ramesh? It's probably very late at night where you are. You should be going to sleep soon. You are up way too late on a school night. Although school's out for the summer, so it's okay. Enjoy.
And Gerry just will calmly build board, so. Oh, and Irina is the one that has this awkward 5-1 to deal with.
Yep. And gets the hit. Oh, wow. Not making this easy at all for Irina. And I mentioned not very gammonish too soon, apparently.
So all of a sudden, some gammons have crept in.
Yep.
And it's 6-3 for Gerry. He can make the 2-point. I think he should make the 2-point. We want the Irina to dance forever. If
Wow.
we get.
I think I just heard from here Irina getting a little nervous about this.
You feel so great after the initial double sixes. Like, you don't imagine a scenario like this ever happening.
Yeah, well, I do, because Gerry did it to me.
Oh, wow, look at that. Great roll. Not many numbers did that.
Unbelievable. Irina needs to get in. And does. That is huge.
6-2. Now, Gerry will looking for either a 7 or a shifting number like double aces.
Wow.
Irina's got to get in here because the builders are coming. And you can duplicate Gary's 3-6 by bringing in 8-6. I don't know whether it was right to do that, but could have done it. Still have the 2 builders. 6-2, and now it is kind of valuable to have the point 6 away, so that deuce pretty good. Get to make with double 3s and double 6s. 6-5, of course. Oh, Irina desperately wanting.
And to stay alive, this match is on the verge of slipping out of her fingers. The
Double
three
3s.
Big. Keeping her alive, strengthening her home board.
And
Maybe.
yeah, the question sort of becomes, how much should we play for saving the gamut? Like, so it feels like we need a board to fight with. So, yeah, something like this probably. Because you'd love to make the 5 point, but then you got that last 3 to deal with. In the meantime, Gerry's going to hit loose.
Oh, instantly can taste the blood in the water. Oh, even more so now. Wow.
6s and 5s.
Can't cover.
Wow, 4-3, no good.
Do you clear the 6 and keep a 5-point board with no blots, or do something a little less drastic?
That is an interesting call. I think I would still leave something slow. I think I still want the closeout, but the blot on the board kind of makes me want to do that more than anything.
This could be it. Still can't close it.
Wow. Now I think you might just lift. Everybody's kind of close enough to home anyway.
For a big number. Oh, can't do it. Wow, this wind has got to be sucked out of Irina's sails. That's so devastating for her. And conversely, just Gary's got to be pumped. Can smell it.
Gerry had excellent chances to close out the board and just couldn't do it. Irina's going to gird up to, in case something strange happens.
Still can't hit.
6-1, start to feel some freaky things can happen now.
I think Irina just gave a big sigh of relief knowing that gammons are not happening.
Irina's like, I'm not going to let you pick and pass or do anything like that.
Yeah. Wow, it looks like she will live to fight on.
Yeah, there's a phrase, there's no such thing as a gin gammon. I mean, that's not strictly true, but you know, they get off the gammon more than you think. Now, we didn't complete the closeout here, but
yeah, that was one.
They had
one
sometimes they
number.
rework some sets.
Gerry, there's a question for you in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, I gotta do that.
So we see the numbers. Irina just wants to get around and stay alive. Any big numbers are her friends right now. That is absolutely what she wanted. Double 4s. And this match will go on, barring any unforeseen silliness in the immediate future. Nope.
Fantastic. Good save for Irina. And we're going to get to go to effectively double match points.
Double match point. Wow. Irina was up. What was she up? 6 away Crawford. And now we're in double match point just like that. I mean, we said it. Gary's not going down easily. And he has proven it. I'm having small flashbacks to my match with him as well. So this might be a traumatic experience for me.
Wait. Yeah, it's weird. We tend to relive our losses more than our wins, you know.
I can even smell the air from that tournament. I remember the music that was playing on. Here we go, Instacube. Is she taking it? She's taking it. Here we go, double match.
Irina rolled about got kind of the worst edge she could possibly get with that 5-1 opening roll and still take. So
is that right? So 5-1 is the borderline optional take?
I think you're supposed to pass with like 4-1.
5-2, I would guess, is a pass as well. Is that right?
think you can still take that one, but they're all close.
Uh,
In the meantime, they're both showing off their rolling ability, as Gerry rolled double ones, and then Irina rolled double ones, and now Gerry's got this double fours, which is pretty good.
1-4 is big.
And just slot in the back of the prime. Let's see what Gerry can come up with.
Oh,
2-1, and we got choices. Gerry sets up making the bar point right away. Looks pretty strong. 6-1
that's
is
big.
very strong for Irina. Look at this.
Big roll.
And you got a choice. You can hit inside or you can jump out.
Oh, it's tasting the blood. We had a prime versus prime going on. I mean, we still kind of do, but it's turning into a I'm going to smash your face and close you out position.
This has got to be another good roll. How do you play all this? This is hard. The no blot play is a little impure. You can cover the 3, come to the edge of the prime and do it. And this is the very pure play.
Wow, that is a big balls play. Forgive the phrase.
The obvious downside is this. It gets hit.
Yeah. Oof, what a match. Go either way right now. Gerry hitting. Oh,
This is some old school play going on here. They both got primes. They're both going to see who can combat the other's primes, jump each other's primes.
on that last play, Gerry confidently stepped up to the 22 instead of making a 23-point anchor. Is there any consideration one way or the other for that?
I'm not sure. On the one hand, it may be more. The one hand, I kind of like Gerry's play in that I'm more likely to get at least one checker out next time, which is kind of what I need to be doing anyway. Of course, the downside is you're not seeing daylight with the other checker, but getting one out might be the crucial thing because it gives me more time to deal with everything. But I don't know. It's 5-1. And yeah, sometimes that back checker just has to come out, even if you are leaving 6 checkers on your midpoint. Great shot for Irina, and she gets to come out with the back one.
Prize fighters.
Do anything else? Yeah, this
Slugging it out.
and look at this. We just gotta put our checkers where they go. 3-4, come in, and the 4 just has to come down. So what if it's into a double shot? Nothing else to do.
This the
3-2.
equity swing is going back roll by roll. So I had a hit there. I noticed could have also slotted or closed the back of the prime, but I guess you have to be aggressive being double match point.
Yeah, the trouble with making the 5 prime is you're leaving blocks on the other side to get hit, so probably the right idea. 6 is out, and he's deciding what to do with this 3. Again, 6 checkers on the midpoint is unattractive.
Big roll. Oh, in and out.
Wow.
Every roll is just an absolute swing.
Unstacked. Now what?
That's what I was thinking.
do we say goodbye to the midpoint and hello to the 16 point, or do we just run from the back here? This is an idea. I think Gerry should probably hit loose off the edge of the prime. He can run out.
Hit loose?
Run out into a double shot, though.
Can he hit? I don't think he can hit. Or were you saying break the...
Oh, 6'2".
Yeah,
sorry,
6'2".
I thought it was 6'1". My eyes need to get checked.
I thought you were doing some insane Grandmaster 0 level.
No. I was just reading the dice wrong. The best play is often the illegal one. All right, Irina has escaped everyone.
That's kind of bittersweet when you're running, but you're behind in the race.
That's the downside.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's what you just have to do, and then you're hoping that Gerry doesn't get out.
That's it. Still got him trapped back slightly.
But like Irina's following the game plan that she made a couple rolls ago when she left the anchor. So it's logical in the context of that. I think the decision was probably, whether to do that in the first place.
Looks like she's still thinking about it. I'm sure she's getting the race in her head, thinking about
seeing what the count it actually is. For Gerry, it's 47, 105, 127 for Gerry. And after this play, it's 60, 108, 138. So it looks like Irina's down 11.
I mean, what would the other play be? Bringing an extra checker to the 7 point, or bringing 2 down from the mid?
Or maybe that is in with 3. This is reasonable. I think that count probably needed to be made before she came off the anchor at the start.
Double pretty. It's kind of big.
Double.
Yeah, you get to shift or hit loose and go all the way to the ace. I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. This is tough.
Yeah.
Because it really, like, you can leave no blots and do that shifty stuff. But it feels like you're compromising something pretty severe by doing that in terms of your structure.
Yeah, you get the filter on the 3 point, right? Or hitting and
one and then clear the 7 point and hope for builders.
Yep.
Or you can do something like this, which also looks awkward. The trouble with going all the way to the ace point is you do leave a blot.
You leave a blot, sure.
I don't know. This is okay, I guess.
Oh, that's big as well. Gets to keep Irina on the bar and safety up. That's quite
the plan was don't get hit and then escape that guy. Because if Gerry doesn't get hit, he probably wins this game. And yeah, Gerry's plan is just to clear all this wood, and if Irina does not roll nonsense like this.
Wow, what's the race now? It's,
Irina has decided whatever the race is, that's my game.
Out of there.
Like it might, because the thing is, if Gerry does roll like 6-3 or something and points on her head,
yeah, it's over.
The game's probably done.
Yeah.
So maybe this is, even if you're taking a slightly worse race, that might be better than this. All right, it's all race from here.
Wow, what an incredible match this has been.
Very complicated stuff. Not easy decisions at all.
No, Gerry started with the lead. Irina fought right back and then jumped out to a commanding lead. Gerry holding tight, bringing it to double match point. And now we're at a point where he is certainly leading in the race, looking to bring it home, but any big doubles could turn this around in the final rolls.
And I like that Gerry didn't just immediately clear the 10-point, because while that eliminates all the contact, it's not optimal for the race. Whereas this, you know, he's not going to leave any shots ultimately.
No.
But we're just going to distribute nicely.
Wow, down to the wire. Two great players, clearly evenly matched. Duking it out. Thanks for joining us. We're up to about 100 people watching us live. And here's the big question. 37 likes. That means 2/3 of you are not too cool. So become cool and like it. Become cool.
And here's the thing, like, Irina's probably counting the race to see whether she should break contact. I think she should break contact even if she's down. It's such a parlay to actually get a shot and hit it from here. Whereas if she stays, in order to play this, she has to bury deep and really hurt her racing chances. So I just don't think the shot equity is there. You just go and make the race optimal play.
Yeah, it's certainly too much hoping for that miracle shot, especially since Gerry has a couple rolls to avoid it. Candace is in the chat. Hi, Candace.
Hi, Candace.
Candace loves calling me her future ex-husband. Which would be an honor, because that means I would at some point be her present husband. You're wonderful, Candace. And the watcher, the all-seeing Alex Shajian. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I one day should learn precisely how to pronounce it. Alex is in the chat. Alex will certainly have some good XG analysis for us, probably, if we ever get a second. Wow, down to the wire. Here we go. Gerry first off. Big rolls. Who will the dice gods favor? What a crazy match this has been. Small roll from Gerry, followed by a big roll here. Could. Ooh, small roll, small roll. All right.
40 pips for Gerry, 30, 40, 55, 58 to 50 for Irina. So
this is any big roller's game. Doesn't get the X check off with the 1. Misses one more time. It's going to cost him a roll.
I think I like 2 to 1 a little better, just because.
Ooh, there it is.
Wow.
There it is. That could do it. Oh. Down to the wire.
Oh, and
another
Gerry,
low roll.
That is a follow off. Oh my goodness.
Oof. This is anyone's match down to the absolute wire. It's crazy. Such incredible play by both players, and it just comes down
23 pips left
to the final roll or 2. Wow. Could have one more last chance effort at it, and no, Irina says, I'm not giving it.
Wow.
What a match. Irina Litzenberger hangs on to win it. We will be moving on to round 3 shortly. What a match.
Fantastic action there.